Hey everyone, welcome to Age and Education channel. Today we shall see about force, work and energy. What is force? Force is a push or pull acting upon an object as a result of its interaction with another object. So you can see that two objects are involved here, right? Two objects are involved and there is some interaction in between them. Okay, so they are not like separated, right? There is some sort of interaction, some connecting thing. Okay, that connecting thing may be either a physical one or some other thing that you will see later. Okay, in this slide itself you will come to know about it. Okay, so there are two objects involved and there is some sort of interaction. What is this interaction? I'll let you know further. Okay, next, it can cause an object, it can cause, what is this? It can cause an object to start moving, stop moving, change direction, accelerate or deform. So because of this force, an object can start moving or it can stop moving, or it can change its direction, or it can move faster, or it can deform. Deform means change in shape. Okay, and the unit of force is Newton. Okay, this is like maybe you have already gone through, right? Like in your maths, you will measure length in meters, right? So these are all these sort of things are called as units. The same manner for the force, Newton is considered to be an unit. Okay. Now, what are the types of force? Forces can be broadly categorized into two main types. What are these? Contact forces and non-contact forces. Contact forces occur when objects physically touch each other. Okay, so they have to be in contact, they should touch one another. Okay, then this force is said to be existent. Not only touching, and this touching should, like as I have mentioned here, interaction, right? Here the interaction is taking place through the touch. Okay, like there will be some push or pull or something. Okay, the interaction is happening through the touch in the contact forces. Some common types of contact forces include frictional force. What is you all can walk, right? Have you ever think like that you can't walk on ice but you can walk on a normal land? Did you ever think why is that happening? It's happening because of the friction. Okay, the frictional force is good enough on land, whereas this frictional force is very much less on ice. So you tend to slip down on the ice, but you can walk very well on the land. Okay, so the force that opposes the motion of two surfaces sliding past each other. So when you are walking, it's like your feet and the land, these are the forces that are acting, right? So the force that opposes the motion of two surfaces sliding past each other is called as frictional force. Smooth surfaces like ice, as I have mentioned, offer less friction and rough surfaces offer more. Walking is possible because of friction. The force you feel when you rub your hands together. Just try the force that you feel something, right? Yes, that is called as frictional force. Okay, and there are some other contact forces too. Let us see about them. Tension force. What is tension force? The force that is transmitted through a string, rope, cable or wire when it is pulled tight by forces acting from the opposite ends. See, you know this game, right? People will be holding rope from here, right? And some other people will be holding rope here and they keep on pulling, right? So the force that is transmitted through this string or rope is considered to be the tension force. Okay, what is it? Tension force. And next we'll go to muscular force. What is it? It is also a type of contact force that is exerted by the muscles of living beings. Okay, it is the force generated by the contraction and relaxation of the muscles, enabling movements and actions in animals including humans. We all you all know, right, about the muscles, how they act, like they contract and relax in order to allow us, like muscles and bones act together, right, to make us move. You remember this? I think you have studied this in your second grade, most probably, right? So this is the same thing. So this is a type of force that is exerted by the muscles of the living beings. It is the force generated by the contraction and relaxation of the muscles, enabling movements and actions in animals. Okay, next, what is that? Spring force. The force exerted by a compressed or stretched spring upon an object that is attached to it. It is same like tension force, except that in the place of string or rope or something very like inelastic, you here use something elastic. Okay, I won't say properly elastic, but it can stretch and it can compress. A string can stretch and compress, right? Okay, that's called as a spring force. The force exerted by a compressed spring in a spring loaded toy. Okay, this is the example of the spring force. Now we will see non-contact forces. What are non-contact forces? The word itself tells a lot, right? When there is no contact. So you wonder, right, how can one object interact with other object without touching, right? So we can see here, non-contact forces act on an object without physical contact. Some common types of non-contact forces include gravitational force. What is gravitational force? See, when you throw a ball up, eventually how much ever higher you throw, it will come back, right? It is because of the gravitational pull of the earth. What is it? Gravitational pull of the earth. Okay, because of this, the ball that goes up will eventually fall down. Okay, it just goes like this and just comes back, right? Goes up and comes back. It's because the earth will be pulling it, because of the force that you have exerted, the ball went up. But when that force ceases to exist, or it becomes less than the gravitational pull of the earth, then the ball comes down. Okay, the gravitational force always pulls the object towards the center of the earth. Okay, pulls the object. Next, examples of forces in everyday life. So what are the examples? Walking. I already told you, explained to you, right? When you walk, your foot pushes against the ground and the ground pushes back with an equal force, allowing you to move forward. Okay. Driving. Frictional force between the car's tires and the road helps in controlling the car's motion. And lifting. When you lift an object, you apply an upward applied force to counteract the gravitational force pulling the object down. So it's applied force is nothing new in it. When you apply some force on something, then it is called as applied force. Okay, so you need not explain all this for fourth grade. Okay, what is important for fourth grade would be, you have to know that there will be frictional force. Okay, frictional force, and you will have what is called walking is possible only because of the frictional force, and driving also. Okay, and about the gravitational force, non-contact force, gravitational force, that's enough. Muscular force, okay, fine, you can have about it too. Okay, now we will go forward. Okay, next, work. What is work? Okay, you always keep saying that I did work, I did this work, I did that work, right? So you have to know about the work too. Work is said to be done when a force applied on an object makes the object move along the direction of the applied force. Okay, so when you are applying some force on an object, okay, you are applying the force like this. Okay, when this body moves in the direction of the force, then it is said that work has been done. Okay, so implies, if an object does not move even after a force is applied, then no work is said to be done. Okay, if a person is pushing a wall, No matter how hard he pushes the ball will not move. In this case, the work is not done. Okay, so how much ever force you apply, it's only a mere force. There is no work done because the ball won't move. Okay, so in a way, it is the outcome of the force. Okay, the result of the force, if there is the result of the force, okay, in a way the outcome should be positive, not of negative. Okay, positive outcome of the force will become work. Okay, next, energy. So to do work, what do you need? Energy, right? So just think, if you won't eat anything for maybe 2 days or 3 days, will you be able to walk at least? You'll feel so tired, right? Energyless. So the ability to do the work is defined as energy. Okay, so for the work you need energy. So then follows the concept of energy. This statement means that to do any work one needs some energy, and so the ability to do work is defined as energy. Energy is all around us in many forms. It helps us do everything from playing with our toys to heating our homes and lighting our rooms. Understanding these different forms of energy helps us see how the world works and how we can use energy in smart ways. Okay? There are different types of energy. Here are some of the most common ones. Kinetic energy. What it is? This is the energy of movement. When some object is moving, the energy that it has, it's called as kinetic energy. Anything that's moving has kinetic energy. A rolling ball, a car driving on the road, or even you running around in the playground will have kinetic energy. Okay, what is potential energy? This is the energy stored in something because of its position or condition. It's like energy waiting to be used. Okay, a book on the shelf has a potential energy because if it falls, it will use that energy to move. Okay, when something is put at some height or something, it will has potential energy. Next, thermal energy or heat energy. What is it? This is the energy that comes from heat. When something is hot, it has a lot of thermal energy. The warmth from the sun, a hot cup of cocoa, or a fire in the fireplace, all will have the heat energy or thermal energy. Chemical energy. What is it? This is the energy stored in the bonds of atoms and molecules. We get this energy from food, batteries and fuels. Okay? The energy your body gets from eating food, the power from a battery, or the energy released when the wood burns, all this is chemical energy. And what about electrical energy? This is the energy that comes from the movement of electrons, which are tiny particles in atoms. We use this energy to power our homes and gadgets. Electricity you call just simply call electricity, right? It is electrical energy. What is the example? The energy that powers our TV, lights and phone. Light energy. This is the energy that comes from light. It's what makes things visible to us. Sunlight, the light from the lamp or screen of your tablet. Sound energy. This is the energy that comes from vibrations that we hear as sound. Music from your speakers, the sound of someone talking or birds chirping. Okay? Nuclear energy. This is the energy stored in the nucleus of atoms. It's a very powerful type of energy. The energy that powers the sun and the energy released in the nuclear power plants are all of nuclear energy. I'm giving all these details to you, but as such for your academics or Olympiads, you just need to state what are the types of energy. You need not explain in this detail. Like you can say that light energy, sound energy, nuclear energy, mechanical energy are the types of energies. Okay, that's more than enough for the 4th grade. Okay, but just in order to let you know as what these energies are, I have elucidated it. Okay, so what's next? I think I have stopped here. Mechanical energy. This is the energy associated with the motion and position of an object. It's a combination of kinetic and potential energy. Okay, so this is kinetic energy is with regard to motion. Motion means moving, right? Movement. And potential energy is what? Potential energy is with the position. So when both of this combine, it will form mechanical energy. Okay, a wind up toy or a moving car possesses mechanical energy. Okay, now one classification of sources of energy. Now you have come to know about the various types of energy. What are the sources of energy? From where will you get the energy? Okay, that is also a point, right? One of the classification that is so important for you to know is renewable energy and non-renewable. Sorry, it's not visible here. I'll write it here. Please make a correction. Okay, non-renewable type. Renewable energy is the energy that comes from sources that won't run out and can be used over and over again. Renew means it will come again and again. It won't get dissipated or exhausted, right? They won't get exhausted. Okay, these sources will keep on renew. Okay, they won't get exhausted. These sources are better for the environment because they don't pollute the air or water. Here are some examples of renewable energy sources. What are those? Solar energy. This energy comes from what? Solar, sun. We can capture sunlight using the solar panels and turn it into electricity to power our homes, schools and gadgets. Okay, so we capture the sunlight, okay, and the solar panels will be used so that this sunlight can be converted into electricity. Solar panels on a roof that power the lights and appliances in a house. Okay, these are the examples. You all can see, right? Some of the houses, some of the buildings at the top, they will have some panels which are a bit dark blue and blackish, right? Those are the solar panels. And wind energy. What it is? The energy comes from, this energy comes from what? Wind. Wind turbines, which look like big fans, catch the wind's energy and turn it into electricity. Okay, so we can use sunlight as a form of energy, as a source of energy. We can use wind as a source of energy. Okay, and we can also use water as a source of energy. Here wind farms with lots of wind turbines that produce electricity for the entire towns. And this one about hydropower, water energy. What it is? This energy comes from what? Moving water like rivers and waterfalls. We use dams to capture the energy from the flowing water and turn it into electricity. Okay, a hydroelectric dam that uses river water to produce electricity for cities is the example of hydropower energy. Geothermal energy. What is geothermal energy? It comes from the heat inside the earth. You know, right? In the inside the earth, there'll be a lot of heat. Okay, there are so many hot gases inside the earth, and so this can also be used, captured. Right? Human being is so good in using everything. Right? So we can use this heat to generate electricity or to heat the buildings. Hot springs or geysers and geothermal power plants that use the earth's heat are the examples. Biomass energy. This energy comes from plants and other organic materials like wood, crops and even waste. We can turn biomass to produce heat or convert it into biofuels for cars and other machines. Okay, we can from the organic materials we can get the energy. Okay, burning wood in a fireplace or using biofuels made from corn to power cars. I have already previously mentioned about biofuels, right? Do you remember in the chapter plants? Right? So biofuels and burning wood, all these are the biomass energy. The wood won't get exhausted, right? There will be always plants, and from the plants we can get the wood. Why renewable energy is important? It is very important these days. Wherever we go, there are so many climate conferences that happen, like all the people from from most of the countries, they'll sit together in and discuss about the climate. Okay, that those are called as climate conferences. There they will keep on discussing as every country should work on developing renewable energy sources. Okay, they say that it is important because our uh, earth is getting heated up, right? That is called as what? Just think, when earth is getting heated up, it's called as global warming, right? So we have to curtail this global warming, or else all the snow areas will get melted, right? The snow in the on the earth will get melted, and some of the lands will get submerged, and all this they will keep on discussing about it, right? So why renewable energy is important? It never runs out. Unlike fossil fuels, what are fossil fuels? Coal, oil, and natural gas, which can run out. Renewable energy sources are constantly replenished. It means they are renewable, right? They just keep on coming. See there, you just see the sunlight is ever ending. It always comes every day morning, it starts coming, and there'll be always wind. Okay, there's so much of heat inside the earth that you can't even imagine. Okay, and biomass energy, till the human being is there, there will be plants, and there will be wastage, and there will be organic materials, everything will be there. So biomass energy is also renewable. Okay, and clean energy does not pollute the air of water, so it's better for the environment and our health. Why health? You will be able to breathe clean air, right? Hmm? If you pollute your atmosphere less, then you can breathe the clean air and your health will be good. Okay, helps fight climate change. Using renewable energy reduces the amount of greenhouse gases we release into the atmosphere, helping to slow down the global warming. Okay, this is about the renewable sources of energy. Now let us see non-renewable energy. Non-renewable energy comes from the sources that can run out and can't be replaced once they are used up. These sources have taken millions of years to form, and when they are gone forever. Here are some examples of non-renewable energy sources. Why can't they be renewed? It's because they take these sources, the sources of the non-renewable energy takes millions of years to form. Okay, so you can't recreate millions of years, right? Once they are gone, they are gone. Okay, so you have to use this non-renewable resources sparsely, so that you can use them comfortably. Why I am saying that? Just imagine, you depend on sunlight, you depend on wind energy and all that, right? You say that we have already these sources of energy. So what happens if we use this non-renewable energy fast? Let it go. Let them get let them get exhausted. Why are we bothered? We can then use switch to these. No, see, it is not that easy, because the renewable sources of energy, why countries keep on saying that you have to develop renewable sources of energy? It is because it is very difficult, or there are so many what do you call, prohibitive charges. It means that we need lot of technology, we have to spend lot of money in order to derive energy from these sources. So it is said that you try to use the non-renewable energies where you can't replace it with the renewable energy sources. Okay, so if you develop this renewable sources and source of energy, like the technology needed for it, and the ways and means to actually make more and more energy of this, if you do all this, you can replace this non-renewable energy with the renewable energy. Okay, I think you understood my point. Okay, if you don't understand, don't worry, just leave it. You can just think that renewable energy means it keeps on coming. The source of energy keeps on coming. Non-renewable energies, you can't get it. Okay, once the stock is done, it's done. Okay, fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are made from the remains of plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. They include coal, oil, and natural gas. Okay, coal, a black rock that we burn to make electricity in power plants. Oil, a thick liquid that's used to make gasoline for cars and other vehicles. Natural gas, a gas we use to heat our homes and cook food. Okay, and next, nuclear energy. what it is? The energy that comes from splitting atoms. Okay, the most common material used in nuclear energy is uranium, which is mined from the ground. I don't think all these details will be of any use for 4th grade. Okay, even then I have just mentioned. Okay, it comes from the material that is used for producing nuclear energy is uranium. Okay, remember this. This may be important. Okay, nuclear power plants that use uranium to produce large. What are nuclear power plants? They use nuclear sources in order to generate electricity. Okay, energy. Okay, why non-renewable energy is different? It is different because of the limited supply. Once we use up non-renewable energy sources, they can't be replaced, and we'll have to find other ways to get energy. Pollution. Burning fossil fuels creates pollution which can harm the air we breathe and the environment. It also releases greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming. Heavy dependence. Right now we use a lot of non-renewable energy, but we need to find more sustainable options for the future. Sustainable options would be, you know that, right? Renewable energies. It means sustainable means we can use it comfortably, okay, and the next generations can also use it comfortably. Okay, non-renewable energy comes from sources like what? Coal, oil, natural gas and uranium. These sources can run out and create pollution, so it's important to find and use cleaner renewable energy sources to protect our planet for the future. Okay, this is about the sources of energy. Okay, and I hope everything is clear. If you have any doubts, just comment. Okay, I'll clarify your doubts. Okay, now about the simple missions. What are simple missions? Simple missions, you know, every day in your life you use so many missions, but you really don't know that they are missions. Okay, when you read this, when you go through this, you can understand that, oh, you'll be admired to think that, oh, I had been using these many missions. I don't know, I used to think missions means only big complex things. No, there are so many simple missions too. Okay, simple missions are basic tools that make work easier. They help us lift, move or change the direction of the force. Even though they are simple, these missions are very important and can be found in everyday objects. Here are the 6 types of simple missions. What are those? Lever. What it is? A lever is a stiff bar that moves on a fixed point called a fulcrum. It helps us lift or move heavy objects with less effort. Example, a seesaw, a crowbar or a bottle opener. Okay. Next, inclined plane. An inclined plane is a flat surface that is tilted like a ramp. Okay. Let me show you the lever too. Okay. It will be like this. Okay. That moves on a fixed point. This moves up and down on a fixed point called as a fulcrum. Okay. And inclined plane. You know the inclined plane, right? An inclined plane is a flat surface that is tilted like a ramp. It makes it easier to move objects up or down by spreading out the effort over a long distance. A ramp, a slide or a sloping road. Next, wheel and axle. What is it? A wheel and axle is a simple machine made of a larger wheel attached to a smaller rod. Okay, larger wheel attached to a smaller rod. When you turn the wheel, the axle also turns, helping you move things more easily. A car's wheels, a doorknob or a rolling pin. All these are the examples of wheel and axle machine. And about the pulley. A pulley is a wheel with a rope or chain around it. It helps lift or lower objects by changing the direction of the force you apply. Okay, a flagpole, a crane, or the blinds in a window. It's like it will be something like this. Okay, this is the pulley, and this will be thread. If you pull like this, you can bring up the things. Okay, you can bring up the bucket. Hmm? Next, screw. What is it? You all know about the screw, right? And I think most of you will be watching fixies at least once in a week, right? So you know about the screw, I hope. So what is it? A screw is an inclined plane wrapped around a rod. It helps hold things together or lift objects by converting rotational force into a linear force. A jar lid, a light bulb, or a screw itself. Okay. Wedge. A wedge is a simple machine with a pointed edge that can split things apart or hold things in place. It works by concentrating force on one small area. An axe, a knife, or a doorstop. See, with these examples you can understand the mechanism of the simple machine. Okay. How will the axe work? What is the main thing here? Concentrating force on one small area. Okay. How easy the life will be with using a knife. See, you can easily chop the vegetables, right? And an axe, how nicely, like if you take a blunt knife, you think you can cut the vegetables properly? No, na? Only if it is sharp you can do that. It means that the force is concentrated on one small area. Okay. How simple machines help us? Less effort. Simple machines help us to do work with less effort. They make it easier to lift, move, or cut things. In everyday use, you can find simple machines all around you in toys, tools, and even playground equipment. Sometimes simple machines are combined to make more complex machines like a bicycle or a pair of scissors. Any big machine that you take, it is a combination of simple machines. Okay, simple things like building blocks, they'll help us to build big machines. Okay, there will be also some technology associated with it, and apart from the many simple machines, like you usually know, wherever whatever object, whatever machine you take, you can find screws in it, right? With that you can understand that how important the simple machines are in order to go ahead with building the big machines and all that. Okay, now we are done with this chapter, force, work and energy. Okay, I hope that you all understood the topic very well, and for the fourth grade, whatever we have seen here would be more than enough. But this chapter, this topic, you can delve as much deeper as you want to. Okay, but not at this stage. In the higher grades you can go deeper into it, but the important two important things I want to tell here is that force, units of force is Newton. Okay, and other thing, whenever you say force, you will get into your brain gravitational force, right? Okay, whenever you get this into your mind, you can think of Isaac Newton. Okay, Sir Isaac Newton. Who is he? He is a great scientist, okay, who has actually discovered this gravitational force and has introduced to all of us. Okay, like he was sitting in a under an apple tree. Okay, suddenly an apple fell on his head, and so he started thinking as, why did this fall down? Why didn't it go up? why why is that it got attracted to the earth down? In that manner he started he developed this thought, he thought on it, and so has come the outcome of his great thinking is the gravitational force. Okay, you should never forget Isaac Newton, gravitational force. This is a very important question. That is the reason I didn't want to put it in between. I thought I will let you know about this at the end. Okay, you should never forget this. Force, work and energy. All done, right? And I don't think I have left anything. If you are a bit confused with the missions, I know that I didn't put any pictures here, so I was not able to practically explain to you. Okay, if at all you need more explanation on this with the figures and all that, comment, I'll get it done. Okay, okay, see you, bye for now.